Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, let's try that again. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's not your first time here, what's up? Thank you very much for coming back, and thank you for deciding to watch this video. If you have clicked on it to check it out, to watch it, any of that, thank you so much. I'm really glad to have you here. So if you've not already noticed from the title, today we're going to be retouching a picture together, and I should probably stop with the phonetics now. We're basically going to be retouching a video together, and usually I would do this like at my own time, at my own pace, in my own like space basically. But I think that I've had a lot of questions concerning like my retouching process and how exactly I go about that. So I felt like if I did like a live-ish retouching session with you guys, then if you ever had any questions about it, then you can always go back to this video. And if you have any other questions that maybe the video might not answer, then you can obviously leave in the comment section and I will definitely get back to them. Let's get right into the video. So today we're going to be retouching this picture. Okay, so I want to start with flipping the image, which normally what I would do is go to image, image rotation, and then we can flip that 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. But what I want to do is do it counterclockwise, and then we have our image straight up right here. I would still do a little bit of straightening out with the image later on, but okay, so what I like to do to start with is frequency separation. Before I used to remove like the blemishes on the skin, like try to remove a few of like her pimples and stuff like that, and blemishes here and there. But I think I now prefer doing all of that in frequency separation. I'm still learning new methods and all of that, but in the meantime, this is what I like, this is what I prefer, and this is what has worked for me. So yeah, let's get into it. So what I do, I normally actually have an action for that. I have my frequency separation actions, which I would normally use, but at the moment, I'm just going to do everything from scratch, which is what I'd like to do is duplicate this layer twice. So if you're using a Mac, it's Control J, and if you're using a Mac, it's Command J. If you're using Windows, it's Control J. And I click that twice, and I duplicate my layer, my background layer. Now what I want to do is put both of them in a group, Command G or Control G, and then name each one by the lower textures and the higher textures. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm separating the lower textures of the image from the higher textures of the image, so that way I can work on this the skin itself separately from working on the blemishes without affecting the textures too much. Yeah, so I'm going to hide my texture layer and then come to my color layer and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then what I like to do is try to blur the image out a little bit in a way that I look at her skin and I'm not able to like exactly see distinctly the blemishes that are on it when I zoom in and all of that, or when I zoom out, that kind of thing. So it's not entirely obvious in itself, but I mean it would. So I want to move it up a little bit more. I like that. Usually I choose like numbers between 8 and 9, or between 8 and 10, depending on how sharp my image is. And yeah, okay, and then we click okay, and now we are moving to working on texture layer. What we do on texture layer is, so we make the texture layer visible, right? This is without the texture layer, this is with the texture layer. So now we want to work on the texture layer. We go to image, apply image. This layer part, what we want to do is remove the we kind of like want to subtract the texture from the skin. Does that make sense? Like we want to subtract that. So what we're going to do is click merge. The parts that we would like to subtract from the subtract from the entire thing is color, which is the part where we put the blurry thing. So we're doing that right now, and then we'll go to blending mode. We need to change that to subtract, like I explained earlier, and then make sure that your opacity is on 100 and your scale and offset are on 2 and 128 respectively, and click OK. Then we can see that there's like a sort of gray overlay on top of the image. What we want to do is change that, and we do that by changing the blending mode of the texture layer from normal to linear light, and we have our picture back. So now this way we can, thing is, I need you guys to notice is for everything that we did, it didn't exactly affect for everything that we did, it didn't exactly affect the texture of the picture generally. Like nothing is affected. I'm literally turning on and off the layer right now and nothing is being affected. So that's how you know you've done it properly. So we want to start by clearing out the pimples here and there, and making her skin look a little bit smoother. Maybe not, I mean, obviously not fake, but so it's something a little bit smoother. So what I do is I use clone stamp on my layer and just sample here and there. This is, find your clone stamp tool, and then I zoom in and start to work on the face. So how you work on the clone stamp is you click option or alt and then sample, then you basically click around where you'd like to sample, where you'd like to fix. So I like to, did you see that? So I like to fix this particular pimple, so I make a sample here and then I click on top of that and it's gone. Boom, it's like magic. So yeah, I'm just going to speed through this part and then we can get back to the rest of the video. One of the tools I like to use usually when I'm retouching is my Wacom tablet, which helps me be more precise with details on the face, helps me take out pimples faster, helps me take out blemishes, deal with all of that way faster, as you can see, and that way it's more seamless rather than using my trackpad or maybe a mouse. A mouse still does the job as well, obviously your trackpad will do the job, but for me, I just generally prefer the Wacom tablet. So now we're moving to the color layer, which is the skin layer. What we're going to be doing next is blending out places like this, like this, and trying as much as possible to make it look smoother, make it look cleaner, this place. What I do is I usually focus on the T-zone of the client. This is the T-zone here, 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 which is already marked, and here. Then also I'm careful not to blend the nose too much. Sorry, there's a lot of drawing on the on the model right now, but basically, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And yeah, I'm just going to do a quick example right now and then you guys can see how we're going to do that. So I'm going to use my mixer brush, change this to white, and I'm going to use my mixer brush and have all of this. I have all of this set already, I barely change that. I like the settings, so I stick to that. So yeah, what I want to do is just blend that in a little bit. Yeah, don't do too much, don't put too much pressure. A little goes a long way. So, and when you are doing this, you want to try as much as possible not to be zoomed into the model's face, because when you do that, it tends to be kind of deceptive. And then you think you're doing a good job, and then by the time you zoom out, you realize that you were not. Thing is, if you and try as much as possible when you're blending not to blend the highlights into the shadows or the shadows into the highlights. So try to maintain, the actual structure of the face, because that's going to change the entire structure of the face if you end up doing that, and it kind of stops looking like the person. So just look at this, for example. Yeah, see what that does when it's all blended in? It just messes it up. Exactly, you don't want to do that. Okay, let's name this frequency separation, and the next step is our dodge and burn, which anytime I do that, I create a dodge and burn layer. I create a new layer and then go to edit, fill, 50% gray, confirm, and then change my blending mode to soft light this way, and then name this my dodge layer. This is the normal old dodge and burn technique, and then what I do is basically just duplicate that layer, Command J or Control J, and then name the other one burn. I'm going to put these two in a layer and name it dodge and burn. Okay, so now I can just work on my dodge layer separately and my burn layer separately. Now this is kind of like notable. I always use the dodge and burn tool, which there are obviously other ways to do that, but I like to do it this way. So my dodge exposure of my dodge tool is always on like maybe 3%, between 1 and 3%, but for her I'm going to use 3, just so I'm not doing too much purpose for her and all of that. And also when I'm dodging and burning, I like to put off my frequency separation layer just in case I might have blended some highlights and shadows together, so that way I don't miss out. Dodging and burning is basically you increasing. Dodging is you highlighting the highlights, and burning is you burning the shadows basically. So yeah, let's get into it. For dodge, we're just going to dodge the highlights on her face, like here, just a little bit right there, and for her nose as well. Yeah, just the highlights right there, subtle changes here and there, very, very subtle, to be honest. Then I zoom out and I check how that turned out, and it just looks really good. It just looks really good in my opinion. If you think otherwise, I'm sorry. Please tell me with your full chest if you think otherwise. So yeah, this is what we have arrived at, and I think I kind of like the outcome. We didn't work on the hair, which I'll explain why right now. The reason is for the hair, I like to work on it on a merge layer. And when you want to merge, what you do is Command Shift Option E, or Control Shift Alt E. Yes, Command Shift Option E. We merge all layers together. Then I get to work on this hair right there. Let me show you. Okay. So let's work on the hairs in this place, the extra hairs there, the extra hairs here, the extra hairs all over this place. Basically, like, we're just going to work on taking out some of that and making it look a little bit more tidy, just for the purpose of this video. I would do that really fast, and trust me, this is not the best way, but it is my way. So yeah. Okay, so what I do is I sample with the brush tool, sample option this, and then brush right over there. See that? It's gone. Maybe this is a lazy way of doing this thing, but it's really fast and it gives me my results, so I love it. Okay, so now for here, there's still like some blemishes, not well blended, and I will sort that out, don't worry. So for here, I like to reduce my brush and then go right in there like that. Sorry. The opacity of this brush is 100. The flow is also at 100, in case you were wondering. So that way I'm able to clean perfectly whatever else is left of the hair. This is a very lazy way of doing this, but it works for me. It works very well for me. Okay, so as you can see, this place isn't exactly blended very well. So what I do is take the mixer brush and just go there, blend that in. See that? All good. And we do that here as well, you know. So now I want to see before and after. Not seamless, but it works. Okay, so we're going to label this hair, and next thing I want to do is grade, which I usually use my gradient map for, and I have a number of them that work for me already that I have created before, and depending on the picture I would see which one works best. I think I want to work with this and then reduce the opacity and work on selective color to highlight some things. Okay, so I'm going to go to selective color. I want to make the reds a little dimmer. Let's see. So the thing is, you need to like just walk around it, just see which one, see what you like to work around, see if you like to make. I like how like the whites are like darker now. I prefer this, so I think I'll work with this. It gives it a little bit more of a duller look, but I think I kind of like it. Nope, let's not do that. For blacks, you can, work around it, kind of thing. Gives it more subtle. I love that. I love using this tool so much. And yeah, so this is the before. So I'm going to put all of these two in a group and just name it grading. And I would show you the before and the after. Before, after. So let's just name this grading 1 because I just got a separate idea for this. Let's just increase vibrance to be honest. Try. No. Okay. Saturation. Not bad. Exposure. Brightness. Yes, brightness and contrast. Let's take that. That was too much. So you want just subtle changes. Can either reduce contrast or increase contrast, reduce contrast or increase contrast. So I just want to increase contrast a little bit. My brightness as well. And there you go. So this is grading number 2. You guys are going to help me pick which one you prefer in the comment section. So let me know if you prefer this, which is actually just a more enhanced version of the original picture, or this. So this or this, before and the after. Subtle, but I love it. Subtle, but I love it. I really love the outcome. And yeah, I don't think I want to straighten the image anymore. We can try. Nope. Just straighten that out. Yeah, okay, that's nice. So yeah, this is before and this is after. Before and after. Okay, so that's how I get through my retouching process every single time. I just go through frequency separation, dodge and burn, and then do a fill, like kind of like remove blemishes here and there, and then lastly I do my color grading before taking back into Lightroom to edit whatever else I need to edit. My processes are pretty straightforward. If you have any questions about this, please let me know in the comment section and I will get right into it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I am really glad that you came or decided to be here. And yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Today's question of the day: what major issues have you faced with retouching and how did you handle it? Alright, enjoy the rest of your day and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.